Greetings, guys. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. My name is Augustine, and as usual, I'm here to give us a summary of the mass adoption meeting that held yesterday. Yesterday being the 11th of September 2023. We are making very good progress in the community. We've been making a very reasonable level of progress. And I'm here to say, thank God we have made this level of progress. And I'm here to also share those informations with us this morning and keep the community updated with what is going on. We are going about a whole lot of transmission, translation, changes, metamorphosis. And of course, you guys are seeing everything in your back office. So, welcome to my broadcast. If you're just tuning in, it's a pleasure having you. I would appreciate it if you can like this particular broadcast. Now, we are one united community built on the principle of love and respect. I'll pick out a few seconds to appreciate those who have liked my channel and who have subscribed as well. It's a good thing. You guys are plugging into the right information. There are a whole lot of people out there that can give you the right information, even though we're not much, we are a few. And if you ask me for recommendations, you can plug into the likes of the number one, which is Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community. That's Chief Justice Bideric. You can also plug into members in the Privy Council. As at now, the Privy Council members are about 5 of them, which I'm going to talk about shortly. You could also plug into member helpers in the community. For now, these are the authorized individuals that will support you in this community. And the number one for the member helpers is Brother Mofo Gildas. He is the chief member helper. Be sure that when you plug into his channel, you will get the right information needed. And there are a whole lot of other people out there, like ambassadors that represent different countries. Plug into their channel, get yourself informed. And I have taken it upon myself to keep the community up to date at every given point in time. So do well to like this video if my content is making sense to you. I promise to keep us up to date until we get to our economy phase. I have promised to remain with the community till we get to our economy phase. And we are getting very close to it. Okay. So thank you very much for those who will subscribe, and thank you for those who will also like. Thank you so much. So, beginning with the content of yesterday's mass adoption meeting, the administration, of course, now when I'm talking about the administration, I'm talking about admin Scott. Um, Jack Freeman, for now, is behind the scene. That doesn't mean that Jack Freeman is out of the community. No, Jack Freeman is still a member in the community. He's still the overall admin. He's the initiator of the project. So for reference and for emphasis sake, Jack Freeman is still very much with us. He was the one that initiated this project. And at every given point in time, he's going to be, in line with the progress of the community. So don't think that he has gone behind the scene and then he will be forgotten. No, he's going to remain with us and grow with us until the power as admins has been handed over to the administrative cadre. The administrative cadre are those that will be on the core team, backup team, and the rotator team. These ones will still be 111,111. Those are the administrative cadre. And they are going to be the governments that will manage the fundings that will come into this community. Yes, at every given point in time, those ones will evolve. They will come into manifestation as the community grows, as we build our membership base into 1 billion. That's for sure. So moving forward, the administration now, I'm talking about admin Scott, because he's now in charge and he's the one to fine tune what admin Jack started. He took his time to give us a whole lot of updates in yesterday's meeting. Yesterday was Monday and it was anchored by our brother and my friend, Brother Chief Justice Bederick. And of course, he does that on Mondays. And on Wednesdays, it's Brother Kaldasha, Dr. Kaldasha, you know. So yesterday's meeting quite excited me. It made me very, very happy. because the administration just talked about a few things. And one of the things he talked about is fine tuning the community. Now, when you log into your Kringle Cash back office, you are going to see that a whole lot of modifications has taken place right from the login page into the Kringle Cash back office. And a whole lot of other modifications are also taking place. Between now and the end of this year, you'll see a whole lot of modifications. And there is a whole lot of things that you are going to see play out this particular year. And beginning with next year, it's going to be a beginning of a new private community. So those of us who hasn't been following up on this community, I think it's high time you plugged in. I think it's high time you do yourself the honor of plugging into members who will give you the right information. If you fail to plug into those members, the train will leave you behind. It is that serious as we are as we speak. Okay, so he said there is a whole lot of things that are going to be done. He talked about the payment model. Those of us who are members in the community, there was a kind of system he created behind the back office so that if you have a transaction you don't want to immediately execute, you can pause it or suspend it or delete it and then attend to the ones that are most pressing. That was what he did. And he said he hasn't gotten feedback from the community yet. And that possibly means it's working perfectly well, you know. And he mentioned a few other things. And the way the administration goes about his presentations, to me, it's an excellent one. When he finished his presentation, so that people will not misinterpret him, he went ahead to summarize it through the blog. And we're going to take time to look at the blog. And about taking time to look at the blog, I'm going to make a whole lot of explanations. Some people read the blog, and some people read it casually. Some people read it with their own interpretation. I'm going to give you the interpretation from the perspective of the administration, and I'm going to say a whole lot of updates. The community is getting much more organized now, much more organized than ever before. And I want you guys to stay with me while I bring up these informations to us. Okay, so quickly, he summarized the plan for September. Yeah, the plan for September, which is what we are going to look at now in our Kringle Cash back office. So I'll begin by sharing my screen. And I think now the screen is being shared. Now, like I previously said, you see that the interface of the Kringle Cash back office has changed. And we are now being recognized as SBC. You can see our logo, SBC. You'll find out that under the meeting section, we're now having founders meeting, which he referenced in the blog. And reward section, SBC. Everything now is having an interface that pertains to the Simply Brilliant community. And then the new exchange, of course, you see this information. There are a whole lot of content I'm going to share with us. And I want us to please stay with me, take your time and listen to the information. Under the agent section, there is agent section for donation and our SBC blog. Now, we are building a community that will have financial power, and not just financial power, economic influence around the world. We are building a country. We are building a country to save other countries of the world. And those countries the country we are building will comprise of individuals from several countries around this world. When we're 1 billion members strong, there wouldn't be a country that will not exist in our country, in our Simply Brilliant community. Some people are having this narrative that we're going to exist physically. No, our community will continue to remain digital. We are not going to physically exist anywhere. Most of our activities will be like the air. Of course, everybody breathes the air, right? Yes. You can't deprive anybody from breathing the air. Yes. You can't place a ban on from someone breathing air, right? Yes. How about water? Everybody can drink water, right? Water is under the ground. All you need to do is dig the ground. There is a little effort required of you to dig the ground. And then you see water, clean water. The deeper you dig, the cleaner the water. Now, that is the kind of model that our community will exist on. That is the form we will exist on. We're not going to exist physically. The reason why is because when you look at the exchanges around the world and the cryptocurrency spaces around the world, they are trying to clamp down on them because they are existing under the jurisdiction of the Security Exchange Commission, which is under the influence of the United States. And the United States control and has influence over the World Bank, Bank of International Settlements, and every other system that you see around the world. Because as long as I'm concerned, the United States still has a lot of power. They are still the one dominating as the world powers. And as long as we physically exist, then that's where our weakness comes in. The elite knows that once you physically exist somewhere, then that's the weak link, which they can use to confiscate and do a whole lot of havoc to us. So we are not existing on that format. We will exist like the air. That's the perfect definition of how we look like the air. You can breathe the air, you are breathing the air, I'm breathing the air. We are all breathing the air. Except something is wrong with the person, then the person will need an extra help to breathe the air. But we are going to exist that way. And this is how we are going to return power back to the people. And then over time, the governments of the world wouldn't have any effect on us anymore. And the world would come to us because nobody wants to be enslaved or controlled, manipulated as they are doing at the moment. So there is a lot of changes you are seeing going on in our Kringle Cash back office now. And you are going to find out that we are going to have a different name, the link we are seeing today is Kringle.cash. We are no more in Kringle.cash. If you must know, we are no more in Kringle.cash. We are now simply Brilliant Community. And when I'm making the explanations through the blog, I'm going to throw some lights. And I want everybody to take note of these informations and become active. Because if you do not become active at this point, the train will leave you behind. I'm not begging you to become active. It's your choice to decide if you want to be active or not. But if you refuse to be active, the train will leave you behind. And you don't have anyone to blame. We are not Bitcoin, and we will never be Bitcoin. It has its own modus operandi. Bitcoin has its own modus operandi, and we have our modus operandi. Some people who were not careful to take note of their username and password lost those informations. But this one means we are going to continue to build 1 billion members into our community. From time to time, we do what you call an audit of the members in the community to see how many people are still with us and how many people are no more with us. And that's where we are moving into at this point. So hang on, listen, pay attention. And I would also crave your indulgence for those of you who haven't yet read through this content. Please read through this content in our dashboard. It is to your own benefit. It's to your own benefit. Okay. That said, now let's go to the blog, the private blog. Previously, there were other informations that were here, like private society and all that. That was done by the creator of Panthera, the Court of Ecclesia. There was also send button test. All those things has been put aside. They are no more necessary. So there are changes that are going on. And the real changes will take into full effect from January 1st of next year. So when we were in the meeting yesterday, if you listen to what Bederick said, he said that there are a whole lot of things that are going on behind the scene. And some of it are evident. You're seeing it here. And there is a whole lot that will keep going on in this month of September, October, November, and finally December. Pay attention. Don't be left behind. Okay. That said, now let's move into the main contents. So after the men's adoption meeting yesterday, the administration was nice enough to summarize. And that's what we are seeing now. This is the summary. And of course, SBC community blog. You know, sometimes I see SBC community blog as a kind of repeat because we are the Simply Brilliant community. So it would have, this is my own personal view. It would have been Simply Brilliant, that is SB community blog. SBC community blog sounds like, I don't know whether to say a repetition. That's my personal view, but well, it's all good. So let's continue. This is SBC community updates, September 2023. Now, this content was all that the administration talked about yesterday. Now, there are a few things he didn't talk about, which I would talk about as I summarize or as I read through this content. So stay with me. We read together. I give you my own interpretation. And of course, my interpretation is not my idea. It is from the administration's point of view. Please pay attention. And then those of you who have questions, please start preparing your questions so that after this summary, then we answer those questions. So last week at Wednesday mass adoption meeting, SBC admin Jack introduced SBC admin Scott to be his successor. And SBC admin Scott will be an interim admin until such time as the community is prepared to administrate itself. Now, you heard this. This is self-explanatory. In the meeting of yesterday, he says that there will be successions of admin until the 111,111 active members are willing to take over from the administration. So this has been made clear. Okay. So let's continue. Now, admin may have mentioned from time to time that the leaders of the SBC community will eventually inherit the roles of admin as founders of the community. Now, when that will occur is entirely up to our growth, stability, and influence with our mission. So those of us who are in different countries, you are aware that there is a president, right? Yeah. There are also ministers. There are also state representatives, which are governors. Now, this is how our community will be. Where we are at the moment is forming the founders group, the government of the community. That's what I will call them. And they are subdivided into the core team, backup team, and the rotator team. Do everything humanly possible to remain on the core team, because that's where the real juice is. The decision makers of the community are the administrative cadre, the core team particularly. There is no number of people that should be on the core team. Between now and the end of this year, if you can be on the core team, remain on the core team, because the backup team and the rotator team are also going to be influential, but not like those on the core team. And time will unfold these informations. All of you will be trained on the same level, but all of you won't have the same influence financially. Just like a central bank for countries, there is only one central bank in every country. There can't be two central banks. And there are commercial banks. There can be very wonderful, influential commercial banks, but they are not central banks. And there are also microfinance banks. They are not commercial banks. I mean, they won't have the financial luxury influence like the commercial banks. For instance, in Nigeria, there are several banks that matter in the community in Nigeria as a nation, but there are very, very strong banks. Now, when you call those banks, you'll be like, oh, this bank is wow. I'm not calling any bank. I'm not promoting any bank. But I believe in your country, that thing also plays out, right? Yeah. So let's continue. As we grow, we're going to know more. We're going to get much more organized, and whatever you can do, please stay on the core team. All right. So now moving forward, SBC admin, which is now Scott. So consequently, I'll be referring to him as Scott, because we already know that SBC admin, which is Jack, is now behind the scene temporarily. Okay, so Scott is directly connected to the tech. In fact, he is the chief tech coordinator. He's the main man that coordinates the tech team. So directly connected to the tech and support teams, and will be able to work directly with members who are struggling navigating the SBC community system. Now, if you have not yet done so, go to your dashboard, that is dashboard homepage of KCBO, and you will find a link to Telegram where you can connect with the new admin and, if available, get some support directly. So the administration is making himself open to everyone through the Telegram link. Just go there. In your dashboard is there. You just read the very first information there. You'll be able to connect with him. And I'll be patient, because he'll reach out to you when he's disposed. Now, please do not initiate Telegram calls. The admin will not accept phone calls. Only text communication through Telegram. Now, if a Zoom section is required, we'll set that up together. So he's open to make sure that whatever your concerns are, he's willing to help. When Gina had a challenge yesterday, I believe the administration had got it sorted out, because he said immediately after the meeting he was going to address the matter. He's open to support and help each and every one of you. Okay. But over time, as the community grows and expands, there has to be a structure that would allow him to concentrate on more, matters of higher consequences, which I'm going to talk about as we go down, as we read this particular article. Now, so far, hundreds of members have reached out to say hi, hello, and congratulations. And some have reached out to get some help. Please if you would understand that admin can't respond to every message, but any message where help is needed, you can be assured that admin will get back to you and try to resolve your issue. Now, it is still the best option to open a ticket if you have an issue before reaching out to the administration, since sometimes there is more information in a ticket just by members sending it in. Now, what the administration is saying is walk through a ticket. And if you write all the contents through a ticket, all you have to do is whenever you have a time to reach out to the admin, he will work with you through the ticket you have written. If you don't have a ticket, it's going to be more difficult for him to communicate. But if you've gotten it documented, all he does is asks for your ticket number, and with that, he can get it sorted out. So please make sure that you get yourself organized. The community is getting organized. So if you're going to ever have an event or a time with the administration, write a ticket, put it out there, and then let the support team address it. If there is a delay and you're disposed, and the admin is as well disposed, then he will work with you based on your ticket number. That's exactly what he's trying to say. All right. So now that's by the way. We're moving next to the following content, which is agent program. Now let's go together. Currently in the KCBO menu, you will now see a dedicated menu to the agent program. Now, the two items in this menu are the SBC agent blog and the forum and agent donation selection. Now, this two is actually a wonderful one. And we are building a kind of Facebook, and it's, to me, I love it. I love it because what this thing is going to do is the world will see us as a humanitarian system. In fact, when the administration wrote this thing yesterday, I was just wowed. Let's keep reading. You'll get to understand better. Now, the SBC agents that were registered as of 2 weeks ago have all had their agent accounts on the blog created, and your login is your email. Now, if you have not received your password via email, you may reset your password by clicking login, then log in using username and password, then clicking lost password. You may have not emailed your credentials. You may have been emailed, you may have been emailed your credentials some time ago. If not, you can reset your password. When I was logging in, I logged in with my normal informations and it granted me access. So these are informations. If you've not been able to do that, please, as an agent, go set up your account under the blog section and then get ready, because very soon real business will begin. Agents are the only ones currently who will be able to log in and create their blogs. In the coming days, after some agent content is available, regular members will be able to register and view the agent's blog. We want to give our agents time to create their blog and get used to the program. For those agents who have successfully logged in, please visit this admin blog. This is the admin blog, so it's a test. Okay, now this is just a test, but there is a link to WordPress Tech tips for creating your blog. Now, eventually member helpers will step up to guide new agents in the agent orientation meeting held every hour when available. Now, if your SBC agent blog login does not work, please put in a support ticket. Newer agents may have yet been uploaded to support. Hold on. Newer agents may not have yet been uploaded to support will assist with getting you started. At this time, only registered agents can view the blog. We will open it up to the entire SBC community soon, where you will be able to register as a commentator and interact with the forum and blogs. Of course, you know how Facebook is. Yeah, you could write on someone's wall or stuff like that. Now, in the coming days, we'll announce an additional promo for the agent program, which will help agents mobilize as early as next week. Please attend the founders meeting on Wednesday for that update. So more updates about this. And like I said, the community is getting much more organized. And very soon, we're going to start our agent orientation class. Now, the previous administration said that when we have finished the agent orientation class, the money that is held by the system is going to be sent to the members under the agreement that the members will comply. The members will comply with what the member helpers will tell them. I don't know what the member helpers will tell them. The administration is setting it up. And every agent must be willing to take part in this particular program. Now, some people who are agents that are willing to take part in the program, what will be the consequences? It's a question. Now, the previous administration said there'll be a timeline for members, old members who are agents, to come for the agent orientation class. And if you do not come for the agent orientation class, then something will play out. So it is advised that everyone come in. You were not an agent just to be an agent for an agent's sake. There is a reason why you are an agent. Being an agent is for you to be a humanitarian, to help the poor, and then involve in goodwill across the world. That's why you were called to be an agent. So every agent must go through orientation classes by the help of member helpers. And failure to do so, possibly in the founders meeting, which will be held on Wednesday, some people will ask the question, and then the administration will give feedback on that. All right. So that said, moving forward, donation status. Now, the donation program is still running, and those who are able to who are able to encourage, and those who are able are encouraged to donate $10 to 10 agents of their choosing. And I'll use this opportunity to say, if you think what I'm giving to the community is worthwhile, then I'm open to also receiving your $1. As a member in the community who is also an agent, if you are donating, I would appreciate if you can also support me. All right. So going forward, a donation of $10 will be returned to you in Joy-G, and you are encouraged to hold on for dear life to your Joy-G. Now, the timeline should be for about 1 year. You are not supposed to touch it. We are in a process of hodling for at least 1 year for now. Now, after your 7th day donation of $10 in a row, which is consistently for 7 days, you are then to receive an additional $5 in Joy-G that will come in a separate transaction at or around midnight server time, which is 00 GMT. Now, an even better reward is waiting for you after 30 consecutive days of $10 donations. Now, you will then receive $10 as a daily reward for a total of 20 Joy-G. That is for a total of $20 in Joy-G daily. Remember the bonus. Remember the bonus or rewards for huddle and consecutive donations are paid in 2 transactions. Now, one will come moments after your donation, and the other will come at around midnight server time. So some people who are in the community are already seeing what's going on. Okay. So what the administration is simply saying is consecutive for 7 days, you get back 5 Joy-G. Then from the 8th to the 30th day, you'll be paid 50% of what you've been donated, plus you'll be giving back your $10 when you donate. That's from the 8th to the 30th day. Then from the 31st day to 365 day, if you donate, then you'll be giving an extra 100%. So when you donate $10, you are giving $10 back plus an extra $10, which is $20. That's what this is saying. Now, there is a modification. So let's continue. Update to the promo. To unlock $5 Joy-G in a separate transaction, you must first make 7 consecutive donations. That's fundamental. Failure to keep up with the 7 consecutive donations, you are out. So the 7th consecutive donation opens the door for you to have access to this $5. After that, if you miss a day, you will still get $5 Joy-G each day. Each day you do donation. Now, after missing 7 days of donation, your bonus will require 7 consecutive days once more. So what the system is saying is, if you have consecutively paid your 7 day, which is $70, then you have a window of 7 days. If you fail to be consistent in your donations to get your extra $5 in 7 days, then you start again. It's self-explanatory. If you miss 7 days of donations, you will be back to $10 Joy G until you achieve 7 consecutive days again. Self-explanatory. Remember that after 30 days of consecutive donations, you unlock $10 additional Joy G, which is now 100% Joy G. 10 plus 10, of course, 20. Now, we also will honor the $10 after 30 days if you do not miss more than 7 days of donation. Hopefully, this is clear. Hopefully, that is clear. Yeah, but I'll list it out again. So this is the listing. I've explained it, and I believe it's self-explanatory. You can read it, you can understand it. Now, any member who transfers or sells JoyG from their donation wallet will be marked as a violation of the huddle rules, and no additional JoyG payment will come to you for up to 7 days after a violation is cleared and after 7 consecutive donations. So the concept is just donate and huddle, support the system. You must have to do that, okay? And whatever you have, just bear it in mind that your value of JoyG will keep going up over time. So it's up to you to do your goodwill donations to support the best way you can, okay? So June bounties. Soon on the dashboard of KCBO, if you are owed June bounties, we will give you instructions on how to apply those bounties to KCBO accounts. Now, at this time, it will be the only way that we can apply those bounties. Now, this will be admin payments, good for one-time use, and will still entitle you to full subscription status. Watch for those instructions. Hopefully before the end of this week, we should see that. Now, be advised that admin payment will not result in sponsor bounty. Of course, it's for the month of June. So once you've missed the month of June, the bounties are also gone. So it's a typical instance. Some of you are saying, how come I won't get my bounty? The bounties apply to every present month. And once you don't receive your bounty, for instance, you are an inactive member, you have downlines. As your downlines are paying, the 100% is going to the admin. And then even if you come back, you renew your account. If your downline has already paid his subscription fee or her subscription fee, you then get back the 50%. It's been paid and it's been instantly credited to the admin account. That's how the system works. All right. So they only will fully pay for the extension or renewal of their KCBO. So what is on ground is stock funds, and respectively, the first one, June bounties, okay? And then the second one, buybacks. The third one, stakings. The fourth one, the exchange. As we speak now, June bounties has been theoretically sorted out. So according to admin yesterday, he said there will be hierarchies. The first one is the June bounties, which he has already sorted out. The next one is going to be our buybacks. Now, that buybacks is going to happen very, very soon. Now, very, very soon could be as early as October or November. It's going to happen sooner than expected as we build this community, as we make ourselves available for the founders meeting. All the information will be made available to members in the community, those who attend the meeting. However, if you're not able to attend, you can do well to follow through on this summary of the mass adoption meeting. So some of you who have your some of you have your buybacks. I also have some money in my buybacks. I have not yet received mine. So everybody who are affected will get back their buybacks. And I am advising that you become active in the community so that you stand the chance of getting your buybacks. Now, I do not know if you have to be active to get your buyback or not. At this point, I don't know. What I am sure about is that between now and latest by November, everybody should have gotten their buybacks. And then following that, what will remain is the staking and then the exchange. That's what is going to remain, which we are going to talk about in this summary of the mass adoption meeting. So pay attention as we proceed. Instant bounties. We are advised that in order for you to receive instant BUSD bounties as a sponsor, your account must be current and paid. We are unable to pay bounties to unpaid sponsors. So if you are not an active member and your downlines are paying, you don't get anything. Now, if you are concerned that your bounties will be required to pay your sponsor account, you can coordinate with your referrals. You understand what I mean? Your referrals is the person who brought you to the community. So encourage him to come on and become active. The admin is calling out to the entire community to come back. Everybody would benefit if you are someone in the community that fell off sometime by January or February or March or April, May, June, July, August, and even September. He's calling you to come back. Every benefit that you are supposed to enjoy, you will enjoy it. Okay? So we're going to talk about it in the following subject matters. Core team clarification. Now, pay attention to this one. All SBC members who have been on the core team at one time or another have been placed on the core team tab. Some people were on the backup team, rotator team, they fell off. The admin is opening it up for everybody now to be on the core team and remain on the core team. That's what he's doing. So you can come back now, okay? And when you come back, you receive your reward of 200 SBC. But I want to make it very clear that if you fell off in the month of March and you come back in the month of September, the previous rewards that you were supposed to get, you can't get it back. You can't also do back payments. The community now is set for only forward payments. There is no back payments. So previously we could pay for 1 month, 2 months, a maximum of 3 months. But now that's gone. So if you fell off before September and you were supposed to enjoy some benefits of maybe 200 SBC or maybe 100 SBC or 50 SBC, depending on where you found yourself, those ones are gone. You are going to be working based on what is in your system, what is in your Kringle Cash back office. As at now, as at when you fell off, that's what the system will be working on. So don't expect that you are going to have all those rewards because you were not active as at then. So please get it clearly. If your account is current, you will see that you are in good standing. Now, if your account is not current, we will encourage you to return to current status with the eligibility. Listen. We will encourage you to return to current status with the eligibility of the double and quadruple matches that we have offered. So everybody that were active as at January 1st and then got their first match from January 12th, all of you who did not get your double match, maybe because you were not active, and you didn't get your quadruple match because the time hasn't come. If you come in now, you are guaranteed to get your double match. And then if you are also active through till December 12th, you would also get your quadruple match. Admin is encouraging activity. Come in and you are going to get it. And you're not just going to get it. Let's read on so that you will hear it from the administration himself. Of course, the value of JoyG needs to support these matches. Listen to that. Of course, the value of JoyG needs to support these matches. So we will be working to bring that forward. Now, if you are unable to bring your account current, we will be at least able to show you what you would benefit from when you are. So what he's saying is, he's telling you that do your best to bring your account, make it active. We are showing you what you stand to gain. If you agree to work with us, become active, you would enjoy your double, you will get your quadruple. You would get everything that you are entitled to get going forward, okay? And then the past is in the past, provided you come in and become active with us. Now, if you are not active, well, the system has tried. It gave you the opportunity to come in. If you are unable to bring your account current, we will be at least able to show you what you would benefit from when you are. Now, at the end of 2023, take note of this. Take note of this. At the end of 2023, our goal is to get as many SBC members current as possible so that we can move towards distribution of the match funds. So it's not just a number on the screen, okay? It is something that you'll be able to access, and it will be sent into your MetaMask. Take note, it will be sent into your MetaMask. Not everything will be sent. No, get me. Okay, earlier on this year, we were doing banking. We could bank as little as $3. I think so, right? Yes. Now, that is the kind of model you are going to see play out from next year. For those who have received their quadruple match, of course, those who choose to be active and stay active, they get their quadruple match. For you to access that quadruple match, you must have an active account. And then the system would give you a means through which you can withdraw a certain amount, a fraction of what you have, into your MetaMask. And of course, you should also know clearly that you will use it through the private exchange. You are not using it through the public exchange, because if you use it through the public exchange, of course, you are going to cause the value of JOYG to go down. Okay, so everybody that are going to get it into their MetaMask should patronize the private exchange, swap their JOYG to BUSD, and perhaps use it to pay subscription fee, or maybe use it to attend to your personal matters. This is what the administration has in mind, and he's calling on you and myself and the entire community to support him in bringing this to a reality. Okay, so let's continue. Now, not just a number on the screen, like I just said. Now, it will take the entire community and new members to bring this opportunity forth, but no one will be removed. Are you hearing this? This is from the admin. No one will be removed from the core team until December 31st. Like I said, there is a whole lot of evolution changes that will happen from January 1st. Yes, and I would advise that everyone comes back on board. It's just 4 months. The month of September, October, November, and December. If you can stay active for these months, I think there's a whole lot of things. One, there'll be enough revenue for the admin to use to create a whole lot of opportunities for the community. One. Two, the community will grow fast. You will be able to access your quadruple match. And then you would not necessarily bring money out of your pocket again. The era of bringing money from your pocket will be over. But then you will be given the responsibility of growing the community from January 1st. Because to whom more is given, more is expected. It's not just for you to have it and then you sit down and do nothing. No, you're supposed to grow the community. Everybody in the community should grow the community, because you now have an evidence to show the people around you that the system is now supporting you. So this is an advice to everybody that are coming in. You are coming in not to sit down and relax. You are coming in to build the community. Okay, so let's continue. But no one will be removed from the core team until December 31st. So if you can get current before then, you will still be able to participate in what we have coming in coming weeks and months. As things become clear to me as admin, I will update the plans for the core team and bring back the excitement we all have for its purpose. So what the administration is saying is he is hoping to reignite that enthusiasm we had as at January 1st of this year. The enthusiasm that you will be able to access your double or your quadruple and then use it to do some meaningful things. That's what he's saying. He can't do it alone. He's calling you guys to support him. Okay? I've given him my support. I hope you also give him your support. Sorry about that. So moving forward, now let's talk about BUSD and JOYG exchange. We are going to bother on this for some time. Pay attention, because I'm going to share my screen and show us a few things. Now, we are building up liquidity for that pool, and we need your help if you are able. In the KCPO menu, under new exchange, it's if you would like to build your JOYG holdings. You can currently purchase up to $10,000 worth of BUSD in JOYG daily. So you buy BUSD, okay? That's you buy $1,000 worth of BUSD maximum through the exchange, and then the system gives you an equivalent worth of it in JOYG. Now, when we reach the point where we can turn on the exchange engine the other way, you'll be able to exchange JOYG for BUSD and vice versa, BUSD for JOYG. Okay, now, but will you want to exchange your JOYG? Question mark. That's what the admin is asking. I hope not. When you think about the next topic, we're not going to go into the next topic yet. Let's sit down and look at this. The question is, how much liquidity have we been able to achieve? We're going to look at it together so that you see how much liquidity we have achieved and how much more liquidity we need to start running this exchange. The administration is looking at $10,000. As at now, we have excess of JOYG. JOYG is in excess. So we need to have an equal or a balance of at least a reasonable amount of BUSD to prop up the liquidity so that it will accommodate members who wants to pay their subscription fee by swapping JOYG into BUSD. And then members can also have a reasonable chunk of JOYG by using BUSD to buy JOYG. So it's going to be a two-way thing. So let's look at how much JOYG BUSD we've gotten so far. So remember, this is where we are. We'll soon go to this. We're going to look into it very quickly. So the first thing we'll do is go into the agent section. New exchange, and click on BUSD. And then when we click on it, it comes up. Now, when it comes up, you will see that this is it. Now, I will agree. Okay. Now, of course, you're seeing my screen. Now, this is what I want to pick out. This is the wallet address. Remember, it's BUSD to JOYG, JOYG to BUSD. So this is the wallet address that houses the BUSD, and it's a token. JOYG is a token of BNB, and then BUSD is also a token, a stable coin of BNB. So I'll copy the wallet address, okay, and then I'll stop sharing my screen, and then go to BSC scan and paste it there so that we can see. Now I'll share screen again. So sharing screen again, I'm going now to BSC scan. And then going to BSC scan, screen is now being shared. Now, if you look here, you'll find out that this is the wallet address that I just copied. Okay, the same wallet address. And when I click on search, that was what I did. It gave me this. And then I came down. When I came down, you'll find out that under token transfer, you are going to see a whole lot of activities going on. This is where the BNB activities, BUSD activities are going on. So far, so good. This individual sent BUSD and got JOYG. This is the JOYG he got. And this individual sent in $10. Hold on. Now, this individual sent in $10. Well, I don't know. From what I'm seeing here, sent in $10. Now, this is his wallet address, 721. I don't know if 721 is here. These are the ones that came in. Okay, now this is one. This is the JOYG that this individual got. This is also another one, JOYG. But I think this one is more. So if this is more, then this one should have more value. I don't know if it's this one. Maybe they were not consistent. The transfers were not consistent. But let's leave that aside. This individual sent in $32 in BUSD. This individual sent in $10 in BUSD. Okay. Now this individual sent in $40 in BUSD. This one sent in $19 in BUSD. And this one sent in $10 in BUSD. This one sent $60 in BUSD. Now, what I'm actually showing you are people that are using our private exchange. Now, I was also trying to show how much we've been able to acquire. So far, so good. Look at the numbers we've been able to acquire. Let's refresh the page. So far, so good. We've been able to acquire 4,275. And 4,275 to me is not encouraging. So I'm asking us to support our private exchange. Now, if 600 of us decide to donate $10, okay? If 600 of us decide to donate $10 to our private exchange, we are going to get this to $10,000. And in about 1 week from now, we are going to start our private exchange. And that private exchange will be the very first tool to dissuade people from selling in the public exchange. Because of course, when you are dealing with a private exchange, the price of JoyG never goes down. It's a swap. You give BUSD and you get JoyG. If you want to swap your JoyG, you give JoyG and then the system gives you back BUSD. The JoyG you give will enter into the wallet of the admin, and then from the wallet of the admin, he gives you BUSD. That's how it's going to be, but it's going to be in a little amount. It's going to be about $5, something within that range. And then you can build it up over a period of time. And that will be enough for you to settle for your subscription fee and then possibly support other people around you by paying their own subscription fee. So the idea is for us to build. So I'm asking us to support this program and get this value to $10,000 between now and the end of this month. Yesterday, the administration said that he's hopeful that before the end of this month, we can get to $10,000. And it is the support from the community that will make this a reality. So please help us, okay? How to go about it is simple and straightforward. Now, let me stop sharing my screen again so that we can look into it. We go share screen so that I will show you how it's done, because it's pretty simple. It's not difficult. Now, this is the exchange, okay? It's only BUSD. Now, whichever amount you have, okay? For instance, you want to do $10. You can put $10. It won't change anything here. Just work with it. You want to go $10. So you put the worth of $10. This is the amount to send the BUSD to. Copy the address, send it there, copy the amount. The amount is how much? $10. So put $10 worth of BUSD, send it, copy the transaction ID and put it here. Your wallet must be verified. If it's not verified, you have lost your money. So you want to verify your wallet, click here. To verify your wallet is very simple. The reason why the administration is doing this is to create check and balance so that nobody will scam the other person. We are building a system that will encourage love, respect, and in our system, there will be no stealing. Nobody can steal in our system. And that's why this wallet verification is there. And is encouraging everybody to take part in it, except you want to just sit back and do nothing. Well, I don't think you will thrive in this community, because what we are building are world powers, people that will change the world, people that will sneeze and other people will become shiverish. Yeah, permit me to use that word. I mean, you will matter. Elon Musk at one point, he made a statement and it affected the value of the market. The market went down. Now, that's the kind of influence you will also have. Your words will matter. Your words will matter. Countries will listen to you, and it will have a price to pay. There is a price tag to everything. So I'm asking you guys to come together. Let's make this a reality. Let's support with $10. 600 of us. We're not looking for more than 600. If you are more than 600, thank God. But we only need 600 to get this running. So please support this system. Put $10 there, put in your wallet address, and then click on report exchange. And in a very short while, it is sent into your MetaMask. It's as simple as that, okay? So please, let's work together. Let's make this a reality. So let's finalize. We're going back now to the blog, okay? So we are finalizing. We'll now scroll down. Where were we? Yeah, this is where we were, okay? So if you have $1,000, go ahead and do it. It is to our own gain, okay? Now, this is out of the agent donation program. There are two different things. Whichever one your spirit is led to go for it, okay? But we want to make this happen and we want to do it as fast as we can. So let's finalize, okay? Then question will come in. Now, it's important to remember that there are many cryptocurrencies out there and available today with a value lower than JoyG. So don't get discouraged. Bitcoin used to be very cheap, and look at it today. So our plan is 1 year from now, we are more than Bitcoin. Remember, our supply is low, and the supply of Bitcoin is an intelligent brain that created that concept. But our concept will outrun it in about a year from now with the unanimous cooperation of the community. Now, we must focus on what JoyG stands for and know that we can build it to a price that we all can live with. Joy G requires utility. Yesterday in the meeting, the administration said that the idea of the administration, previous admin, concerning Joy G, concerning GGR, which is a gold-backed economy, that was his idea, but that his idea is subject to modification, but that his own narrative has to do with creating utility for Joy G. And that the K-Love that was inside our private exchange and all that, and the GGR, he said that he's going to convert it to Joy G. And when he converts it to Joy G, it's going to be domiciled where we are having our double quadruple match. That's where it's going to be domiciled. And that he's working towards making that a reality. That idea of GGR and then the idea of K-Love, all those coins that were in the previous exchange will be converted into Joy G, and then members can access it gradually. That is what his plan is. The present administration, that's what he said in yesterday's mass adoption meeting. To me, that's a good one. So the question now is, are we still going to continue with our GGR economy? I don't know. But one thing I know is that what we have in our exchange in K-Love and in GGR will be converted to Joy G. Now, another question that comes to mind is, how about FarmWar? FarmWar is still another project which we have not yet looked into. We are going to look into it very soon. Now, all these things will be talked about in tomorrow's founders meeting. So do well to come in, ask your questions, get clarifications from the administration. So let's continue. What does that mean? Now, it means that any cryptocurrency needs to be useful. 90% of the services required to run this site accept crypto as a form of payment. Now, as a community, we will find a way to put utility into Joy G. That's what the admin wants to do. And I think that's a brilliant idea. Now, if you could pay your rent and then buy food, buy water, buy utility bills with Joy G, wouldn't that be amazing? To me, that would be excellent. That would be wow. That would be mind-boggling. But some people say that Joy G is an unstable coin. Now we need a stable coin to support this system. Well, I don't know what is in the mind of the administration. Time shall tell. We'll find out. Now, there are ways to do this. Now, as it will take the entire community to build those ways. Now, much like we utilize cash centers, we will build a network of support for Joy G. So if you want the front row seat to that, hodl what you can. Buy what you can, and don't worry too much about the moment-to-moment price of Joy G. Focus on its potential. So some of us who have Joy G held by the system, during the agent orientation classes, clarifications will be made, and whenever it deems necessary by the admin, he's going to release the money. I know that there are a good number of us who have money held by the system. But of course, he's not going to release it too early. He has learned from lessons. The old admin and the new admin has learned from lessons that people are not to be trusted in the community. They have to hold them accountable for whichever money that will leave the system from the admin to the members. They must be held accountable, or else we are not going to move forward. I don't know how he's going to go about it, but the administration said he has a plan to dissuade people from selling because they keep selling, they keep selling, they keep selling. We're going to look at it after this summary to see how bad it is. And these people, I don't know whether they have a human heart because they don't really care what it takes. They are just doing it. If you ask me, they should be held accountable for whatever they are doing. There should be punishments that they will have to, enjoy or endure. I don't know whichever. But these guys are not supporting the community, and it's not helping either of us. It's not helping me, it's not helping the members, it's not helping the admin. So measures has to be put in place, or else we're not going to move forward. This is my personal view, but time shall tell. So let's finalize. And then with that, we say a few things, and that will be the end of today's summary. We answer some questions, and that will be it. Now, the last announcement will be to change our weekly meeting, formerly known as mass adoption meeting. We will now call them founders meeting. You can see it in our Kringle Cash. I showed us at the beginning. Now, the founders meeting will focus on education and question and answer that they always have. Now, the new admin will be there to directly interact with you in these meetings and build a new relationship with the founders. As founders, we recognize that those who attend these meetings are the next generation of admins for the community. You will be trained very well. Now, some of the founders are leading the community already and have been dedicated to committee, sorry, dedicated to the community for years. Now, for you, founders, thank you. We couldn't do this without you. And a day not far in the future, you will inherit the community and share in its mission. Now, permit me to talk about some of the founders are leaders in the community already and have been dedicated to the community for years. Now, some of these founders are the likes of the member helpers, and then the ambassadors, and then the Privy Council. Now, the administration is trying to create a proper structured administrative system so that it will be easy for members to interact with the people that are placed there. For instance, how I perceive this system is going to be going forward is like this. The Privy Council are going to be working directly with the administration. Of course, it will be spearheaded by the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community in the person of Brother Bederick. Okay. Recently, steady consecutive interactions between Bederick and the admin has been on for about a week or so. They are still fine-tuning things, okay? Following that will come the Privy Council. Now, there will be meetings that will be held by members of the Privy Council, and from time to time, the administration will also be present in the meeting. Now, the intent of the meeting is to fine-tune things. That's the summary. The intent of the meeting is to fine-tune things. Now, this is how it's going to be. Not everybody will be able to attend the mass adoption meeting, Now, where necessary, members in the community will have requests. So the Privy Council are going to feature more predominantly. And those concerns, if it's not able to reach out to the administration, possibly because there are delays, or possibly the person is indisposed to attend the mass adoption meeting, they can go through the Privy Council. And the Telegram links will be available soon for members that wants to reach out to the Privy Council to reach out to them. And those matters will be held until meetings will be held by the Privy Council. The Privy Council will deliberate on those matters and conclude upon it. And then when they have meetings with the administration, they sit down, deliberate on the matter, and feedback will be given to the Privy Council by the administration. And then in the Privy Council, which is comprising of 5 of us, the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community is number 1, and Dr. Kaudasha, number 2, and then Innocent Keba, Ambassador for Ivory Coast, number 3, and then Brother Amechi, who is a member helper from Nigeria, number 4, and finally, yours truly, Augustine, number 5. Now, there is also going to be a secretariat by the Privy Council, and every member in the Privy Council are having handles, YouTube channels. So any of us can become secretariat. The intent of the secretariat is to relate back to the community the conclusion of the meetings that were held by the administration and the Privy Council. Now, as I speak, these informations are still being built upon, okay? Now, this is how the structure is going to be. Matters of high consequences will be discussed between the administration and the Privy Council. Conclusions will be made, and the Secretariat will relate back to the community on the conclusion. Now, that doesn't mean that everything goes through the Privy Council. No, the administration will also give feedback to the community through the Founders Meeting Program, which holds on Wednesdays and on Mondays. But you see, the community will grow. And as the community grows, the administration will pay attention to matters of higher consequences. So there must be hierarchy, and he would concern himself with higher consequences, matters of higher consequences, and then the Privy Council will begin to manage some other administrative rules that will be difficult for the admin to handle alone because he's just one person. Another thing you should take note of is the member helpers will also be supporting the administration in training the members, going about agent orientation classes and all that. Now, it's going to be spearheaded, managed by by Mofo Gildas. And then alongside with the support of the Chief Justice as well. The Chief Justice is managing a whole lot of things. And another thing I should also let us know is that over time, there will be a lot of structures and a lot of offices that will play out in the community. We are still at the very early stage. You're going to find out more about it as we evolve, as we advance, as we grow. Okay, so these are the things I want us to take note of. And more of those informations will come to you as we grow and as I go about, as I update the community. So I think I'll stop at this point. Now I stop sharing my screen, and then before I stop sharing my screen, let's have a look at the price of Joy G. Then I stop sharing my screen. This is the price of Joy G. And like I said, human beings are wonderful. I really don't know why. The community has stayed and is still standing and is still going to keep standing, but the administration has promised us that he has a way to correct it. If you are in this community and you have the interest of this community and you are still selling, I really wonder what is motivating you to sell. I really don't know. Are you given to quick gratification? It's purely up to you. I don't know what is making you do what you're doing, but the community will succeed nonetheless. Let's hold on and see how the administration will go about it. All right, so that said, I stopped sharing my screen. Now it's time to answer questions. If you have questions to ask, you can ask your questions and I'll answer. This is the time to ask questions. I've spent a lot. Time is no more on my side. All right, so thank you so much, my billionaire, for updating us. I missed the meeting yesterday. God bless you, my brother, for doing that. You're very welcome, my beloved sister. Hello, Ambassador Augustine. Thanks for the good job. Always, you're welcome, beloved brother. Now, God bless you, Council Augustine. Thanks for the good work. God bless you. You're very welcome. And I fell off May 27th of this year. Now, how do I pay if I have the money? Because the persons who are helping us to pay our admin fee has dropped off. I want to be active, but don't know how to go about it. Madam Catherine, reach out to me. Go to the contents. My WhatsApp number is there. Reach out to me. I can help you make your payments. Okay? So you can reach out to anybody that your spirit wants to reach out to, but I can also support you. If you're interested, my phone number, WhatsApp number is there. Reach out to me and I'll help you. Okay? If you still have personal information, personal inquiry, I can also support you. Okay? All right. So if there is any other question, please do well to ask your question now, because in the next 30 seconds, I'll be off. Tomorrow is mass adoption meeting. I hope to see you guys there. I hope you ask your questions. Okay? Lots of questions were asked, but everything has been summarized. Okay? All right. So it doesn't look like someone is asking questions. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are the best. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe to this channel. Till I'll be coming your way again some other time. Most likely on Thursday, all things being equal. Cheers. God bless you. Bye for now.